So you live in the dream. You should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break, while the grass grows underneath my feet. Been running out of time for so long. Hello, hello, hello.
A little bit of a mullet going on today. That's alright. A little bit of mullet never hurt no one. This is the thing with these, like, this kind of curtain bangs hairstyle. It looks nice when it's all styled, but then when you just want to leave your hair, you kind of look like you're really into glam rock and it's just grown out slightly, which I'm not saying is untrue. I'm partial to a bit of glam rock as much as the next guy, but I'm in like the sunniest, best, happiest kind of mood today. So I'm hoping the vibes are traveling through the camera and getting to your screen and rubbing off onto you as well. Seeing as it's like the first sunny day that we've had for absolutely ages, I gave myself like a really nice slow morning this morning. I woke up extra early. Adam went off to the office really early. He leaves the house at like 7:10 or something when he goes into central London. And normally I go back to sleep after he's gone, but it was so bright and gorgeous in the bedroom because we've got quite thin curtains, so the sun comes in and it's the nicest way to wake up on a sunny day. So I got straight out of bed after he left, did a bit of writing work and my admin and stuff, got that out of the way, and then just gave myself an hour in the garden with a cup of coffee and the book that I'm reading at the moment, and it was good for the soul. Flo joined me. It was a magical morning. You might have noticed the garden is looking pretty wild right now. It's on the list of stuff that we need to get sorted out, but it's been so wet and soggy that we just haven't really thought about it for months on end now. But maybe this weekend we'll finally get it sorted again for the summer. I just need to mention this book that I'm reading at the moment as well. I know a lot of you guys are always here for the book recommendations. That's how I know I've found my people. We can always talk books. And probably the coolest part of my job these days is that I sometimes get sent early copies of really exciting books. It is literally the best kind of post. So I am very, very lucky to currently be reading this, which is the new Paula Hawkins book. So Paula Hawkins is the amazing author of Girl on the Train. I freaking loved reading Girl on the Train. I read that when I was extremely heartbroken and I'd just been cheated on and it was bad time. So I just needed to read very gory, unromantic, dark and twisted stories at that point. So I loved Girl on the Train. So this is her new book, A Slow Fire Burning. This comes out on the 31st of August, at least in the UK. This is so good. I look forward to reading this every single night. I struggle to put it down. It's resulted in some very late nights because I'm enjoying this book so much. It is so good. It's a real page turner. So if you like your thrillers, keep an eye out for this one. I've kind of given myself today as a little bit of a DIY day to keep the ball rolling with our hallway and staircase. So we're going to do some work on that. Very excitingly, I'm also really looking forward to showing you these. I've got some new prints for the house. These are kind of what I've got in mind to put at the top of the stairs when I've done some painting, which I might get around to doing today, I think. I just spent about 20 minutes or so popping them into their new frames and they look amazing. I've lined them all up against the wall over here so I can kind of see them all together and see how they're working together, and they look. So our lovely new little set of prints are from Desenio, who very kindly sponsored this video. Cheers, Desenio. And this is the selection that I've gone for this time. I've gone for quite a natural, floral kind of vibe for these ones. Just gonna pop them over here so that I can show you them properly without the sun like reflecting off them. It's so bright today. But I loved these pressed flower prints. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. So I also added in this one. If you know our house, you'll know I love a bit of green, so I couldn't resist this gal. I'll have to think of a cool name for her. This is the kind of pièce de resistance of this print order, I think. This was the first one that I saw and loved. Obviously it is the iconic Monet sunflowers. I think it suits our house really well. We've got a lot of green going on. We've got a lot of yellows and golds. Hey, sunflowers right over there. So Desenio also sell these poster style frames, which I'm a really big fan of. We've got a few of these dotted around the house. I think they look so cool. Thought one of those would suit this print really nicely, this lovely kind of peachy floral style, which I thought matched nicely with the others as well, quite minimal. And quick little switcheroo, last but not least, this might be, actually no, I think the Monet's my fave, but this is a close second. How perfect are these colours for our living room? I absolutely love this. So this is either going to stay in here or this is going to move up to the stairs to kind of tie each room in together nicely. I spent hours going through all the choice on Desenio, picking out the perfect ones for us. There is so much choice on there, and it's great because they update it all the time as well to kind of follow trends. And they also have a really handy gallery wall tool on there, which I always use when I'm choosing their prints. So it really helps you figure out layouts and what kind of matches together. It's a really cool little tool. But I should have said this first. This is the most important part. Desenio have very kindly given me a discount code to share with you guys, a 35% discount code, which is pretty amazing if you're on the hunt for prints right now. So the 35% off code is active right now for the next 4 days. It runs until midnight on the 6th of June. So if you're thinking about kind of brightening the place up a little bit for summer, going for a different kind of vibe in your living room or your bedroom, it's a really good time. Right, print haul complete. I'm now actually going to go and hang the washing out. What an absolute treat. Is this the most British thing of all time? I'm about to hang some washing on the washing line rather than the maiden inside the house. It's going to be such a treat. Cheers to that. This is a reminder for editing Lucy, who's currently on the computer right now. Go on Amazon right now and buy one of those clippy things for socks, because this is not a clever grown-up way to dry socks. Thanks. Okay, I apologise in advance for what might be the most boring question of all time, but I'm gonna have to ask you anyway, because I don't have any clever ideas for this. So, ladies, you know the weird little inserts that some bras have? They look a bit like this. Yep. What are we doing with those? How are we keeping them in the bra when the bra goes into the wash? And how are we preventing them from doing a weird little twisty thing, and then they're really tricky to move around? Are we sewing them in? Are we getting rid of them completely? Are we binning them off completely? I would love to know. Clever answers, please. Down below. Change my life, I dare you. So I have a little mystery box in my hand here. If you tuned in to the last little home vlog that I did, you will have seen me decimate our staircase. I got rid of all the carpet on our hallway staircase. Let me give you a little reminder. This is what we were left with after I finished removing the carpet. It took quite a long time. It was a big, tiring job. But we were left with our wooden staircase for me to try and then decide what the hell we're gonna do with it. Oh, please ignore this. This is an empty bottle of shower gel, this is a toy shark, and this is a wig. Just things in Lucy's house. So I was hoping to find that the stairs would all be this lovely bare wood that we could just sand up and varnish and we'd have a lovely wooden staircase. Alas, we found out that they look a little bit like some kind of refresher bar with this whole stripy paint thing going on. It was a trend back in the day to have the carpet just up the middle and then you'd paint these kind of creamy stripes down either side. So that's the remnants of the 60s and 70s. Let me tell you, when I said I wanted a cool retro inspired house, that's not what I had in mind. Some old geezer's old stairway paint. So the easiest solution, which we thought of first, was that we were just going to paint the stairs white and have a lovely kind of patterned carpet runner going up the middle. However, I think there's too much potential here to just dive straight in with the white paint. So I want to give it a little chance. Enter paint stripper. Everyone watching at home is like, oh dear God. Why? But hey, that's true of all things in life, really. Everything is an opportunity and an experiment, and we'll probably go wrong, but if we don't try these things, we'll never know. So I've been doing some research. ... Always a slightly ominous sentence. So I've been doing some research on the internet, which never gets things wrong and absolutely never lies about anything. It is a well-known fact to anyone who knows anything about this kind of stuff, not me, that if you're in an old house, removing paint is risky business. Playing with fire, dabbling with danger, because lead paint was a thing back in the day. It's crazy to think about now, but lead paint. It turns out that you shouldn't sand away lead paint because it turns out that the dangerous part is if you inhale it or if you swallow it. So if you swallow any kind of paint chips or anything, if you're chipping the paint away, or if you inhale it from kind of sanding it and all the dust and stuff. This probably sounds very obvious to anyone who knows it, but I feel like a lot of you guys are very like me, where you would come to do this job and be like, well, I don't know nothing. So the way to do it, if you want to remove paint that could be lead paint, is to use like a paint stripper or a solution which then absorbs the dangerous stuff, and it doesn't all kind of go floating around in the air. That's the way to do it. So after a little bit of research, I've bought myself some samples of some stuff that's meant to be pretty good. So we're gonna do the test patch. There's a lot riding on this. If this turns out to remove paint from our wooden stairs, we are back in business. If not, we'll go back to the white, but I didn't want to just dive straight in because it would annoy me. Like, I just want to know. If you can't tell, I don't like being told that I can't do something. So when that decorator came around the other day and was like, yeah, don't bother, it's a massive job, I was like, well, I'm gonna do it then. So here we have the samples of the stuff I'm gonna try. This seemed to have pretty good reviews for the kind of job that I'm doing. Please ignore the champagne truffles in the background. So this is called Peel Away. Kind of sounds like some kind of skincare, but I would recommend not putting it on your skin. In fact, keeping it away from your skin as much as possible. I think it's like a paste which you kind of spatula on. You cover it with paper and then you leave it for ages, and then you peel away the stuff attached to the paper. And I mean, hopefully your paint should come with it. All their websites, it said, you must do a sample, we can't stress it enough. So reluctantly, I bought the sample pots of the 2 different types to see which one works best. Here's the gear. I've got no idea. There's only one way to find out. I'm almost certainly doing this wrong. Que sera, sera. So the instructions actually look super simple. Which is kind of reassuring and kind of makes me even more afraid. I'm gonna do it over both stripes so that we can get a good look at both. This is like a science experiment, I'm very excited. Okay, she's covered. Sleep well. Okay, very exciting. There's my test patches. Sorted. So there's quite a big time bracket between how long it may or may not take to work. We're looking at between 2 and 48 hours for something to happen. And I know that I'm gonna check immediately as soon as 2 hours runs out. So it's currently 12 minutes past 12. It's quite good timing actually, because I wanna go and do a workout now. So I will go and do that. And then by the time I've showered and redressed myself and stuff, recovered my breathing, stopped sweating buckets, returned to like a vaguely normal color rather than fuchsia, it'll probably be about time to take a little look at it at the 2 hour mark and see how we're getting on. I think because it's very old paint on the stairs, it's probably not gonna do very much for quite a long time. And I will now remove my elegant gloves. I've been rewatching Pretty Little Liars actually. These are very A because I am me and I couldn't resist. It's been 20 minutes and I just had a little peek. We have liftoff. Look, this is after 20 minutes. Oh my god, it's happening. Okay, oh. Who's that? It's Queen Amidala. But maybe the budget version, not quite Natalie Portman. I am gloved, I am masked. I've got Justin Bieber on, so I'll probably turn that down. So it's now been about 2.5 hours, I would say. So I've given it a good little starting point. And things are definitely happening. So I'm gonna go in now and I'll show you the progress that we've made. Is this interesting? When I started this video this morning, I was like, oh, this will be really cool to document. Are you enjoying this? I hope so, I'm sorry. We've got some real progress with number 1, less with number 2. Number 1's looking like some kind of cheese toasty. Well, that is definitely taking the paint off. Jeez. Oh, this is... what a weird mush of stuff. It's only bloody worked. I can't believe it. I'm actually amazed by how good a job that's done. That is really crazy. The only thing is, so where the white stripe is, that's like newer, fresher paint, it's taken that off, but then hasn't fully got through to the next layer. So it's super quick and fine. That was 2 hours for the cream bit, but I obviously need to leave it on longer so that it can get through this white layer as well. So that is very interesting. I'm shook. I can't believe that's worked. What the hell? So that has kind of thrown me a little bit now, because I guess if I'm willing to put the work in, we could have the wooden stairs, or at least maybe the treads. I would quite like to have wooden treads, which is like the top flat bit, and then maybe white risers, which is like the vertical bit of the step. Am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna do this. I'll give myself a challenge. Let's give it a go. It says that I have to then buy some kind of neutralizer to put then over the top of the wood before we do anything else to it, so I need to look into that. I'm kind of in shock. I really wasn't expecting that to work at all. Looks like we're gonna try and have wooden stairs, ladies and gentlemen. I love it when a plan comes together. Just about to have a little post-exercise pre-painting snack. I've got a naked bar. This is the carrot cake flavour, which I have never tried before. I find these quite hit and miss. I mean, bars like this are always maximum 5 out of 10, aren't they? Are you lying to me when you say you're going to taste like carrot cake? Probably. Actually, I was fully prepared to make a face then. Actually, not too shabby for Rachel. I'd put it above lemon. I'd put it below blueberry. And also below cherry bakewell. So make of that what you will. They're back on. We're back in business. I've got the paint out the shed. Classic matte white. I've got all my tools of the trade. I've done another test patch of the stuff to see how we get on removing like a whole square from a step. I thought I might as well use up the rest of the sample and see how we get on with the whole thing. So that's working its magic, and while I leave that to do its stuff for the next few hours, I thought I might as well get started with the painting. Why not? Let's keep this party going. I might try the pink for the radiator, see how we get on with that. It is radiator safe. It's like a thing that the brand have put on their Instagram and shown off and stuff. I'm gonna get a nice 90s easy listening playlist on the go. I'm gonna have a lovely time. I always think this before I start painting, and then about 20 minutes in, my shoulders are like, please stop. Not much to remove out the way up here, except for one of my fave things. This was a present from Adam. It's us as Bob's Burgers characters. Everyone knows that all good DIY projects start with a good cup of tea. Looking at one tired gal right now. I also look at the state of me. I'm literally covered in rumour nails, covered in paint. Classic. I am tired. One workout plus a day of DIY, particularly painting. Painting is underrated, tiring activity. My whole body is hurting, especially painting like the high up bits where you have to really reach. Adam's out again this evening. I feel like every day that I vlog it probably seems like I lead a really lonely life, but I pick up the camera when I'm home alone and I've got no one to chat to. I just chat to you guys instead. So I'm home alone tonight. He's gone out for some drinks with work friends. It's just me and 5 guys hanging out tonight. I'm so hungry, so I'm absolutely buzzing. I might pick up the painting again after I've eaten, but I just need to sit down for an hour and eat something and recuperate slightly. Also, I cannot wait to show you the progress of the paint stripper on the stairs. And more exciting sentences from me. It looks amazing. So I really need to have a think about whether I'm going to commit to this big job or not. I can't believe it's worked. Science is crazy. How have you just melted paint away that's from like 50 years ago? Wow. This reflects how I'm feeling right now, so I'm gonna bring that blood sugar back up. I never normally have to order a milkshake because normally I just have like 3 sips of Adam's and then that's me sorted. But I saw it on the menu and couldn't resist, so I also went for a milkshake. And Five Guys milkshakes are just irresistible. Make your own. I chose, what did I choose? Something malted. Like Ovaltine stuff. Oreo and Biscoff. The winning trio. It's gonna be good. Since we got the bathroom done, I have literally become addicted to baths. So I'm very much looking forward to getting into this hot strawberry scented tub right now. I've just used this from the Body Shop. What's this called? Berry Bath Blend. Oh my god, it literally smells like a milkshake. It's unreal, and then it turns your bath pink. And now the whole of the downstairs of the house smells like some kind of delicious strawberry milkshake. It's amazing, so I'm very excited to get into this. I'm gonna go for the new Glossier cleanser, which I'm really enjoying. My skin seems to really like this stuff for some reason. I'm gonna go for a classic Himalayan charcoal face mask from the Body Shop. This is like a proper satisfying clay mask. It's really good to use. Estrad razor, always handy. And this looks like a bit of a dream right now. This is the state of me right now. Paint everywhere. Good day's work. I hope it's been kind of interesting. I just like documenting all the little bits and bobs that we're doing for the house, really. I think I find it all quite interesting, so I hope you guys too. I know it's not really what you signed up for when you found my channel, but I hope you're enjoying it anyway, because I like making these little videos about the house, so hope you're enjoying it. You hear that? Can you guess what I just watched? Flo's here. Flo and I curled up on the sofa, waiting for Adam because he's on his way home. And I just watched the Friends reunion. And it was so good. I was expecting it to be kind of rubbish. Friends is one of those things, isn't it, where you almost just take it for granted that you love it. I never think that I love Friends because I just take it for granted. It's like part of daily life almost. So I kind of underestimated like how much I would enjoy that and how much it all like meant to me and stuff. And what some people were saying about like, oh, them kind of feeling like real friends to you when you've watched it for such a long time. Like, God, that is just so true, isn't it? And I was just thinking when it was wrapping up then, like, how incredible to create something like that that means that much to people. Like, that is just a level of genius that is kind of incomprehensible, isn't it? And also less deep and meaningful, but how incredibly gorgeous were that whole cast back in the day. Like, they're all still pretty good looking people these days, even now they're like middle-aged, but I mean, back in the day they were all unreal. I really recommend watching it if you're kind of familiar with Friends. It was just like a really fun, lovely, comforting thing to watch. It was really nice. It's on Now TV in the UK if you want to watch it. Anyway, I am now going to sleep. Well, as soon as Adam comes in, I'm gonna get ready for bed now. I think he's had a few beers, so I won't film him when he gets in. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me today. It was a pleasure. So I will see you very soon with another video. Take care. Hope you're looking after yourself. Hope you're being nice to yourself. Flo says be kind to yourself. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.